Hey everyone, thanks for watching another episode of Rome 2 Underrated Units. So in this series I'll discuss units that are not really used in Rome 2 multiplayer, while I think they are pretty good or fun to use. So last time we checked out the Scartai unit available in the Wrath of Sparta campaign to Sparta. If you haven't seen that episode, you can click the screen right now if you want to watch that one first. Today we're heading over to the Missile Infantry department. The unit we're discussing today is the Baktrian Peltasts. This is a light support infantry unit available to Bactria, of course. Peltast units were used by a wide range of Greek powers and were named after the shields they use, the Peltae. Peltasts were usually deployed on the flanks of the phalanx, where they could perform flank attacks and help out in cavalry engagements. They were also used to be deployed in the front of the main army. Greek armies at the time were mostly composed of heavy hoplite lines, and these units were tough, but they lacked mobility because of their armor. Peltasts made up for these weaknesses. When faced by enemy hoplites, Peltasts operated by throwing javelins at short range. If the hoplites charged, the Peltasts would retreat. As they carried considerably lighter equipment than the hoplites, they were usually able to retreat successfully and not being caught by the hoplites. They would then return to the attack once the pursuit has ended, and if possible taking advantage of any disorder created in the hoplite ranks. Peltasts were also handy units to use against enemy light troops, as Peltasts had both swords and good shields to defend them in melee combat. The Peltast is also represented like this in Rome 2, a missile unit with a decent attack. However, there is only one unit that really stands out of all, and that's obviously the Baktrian Peltasts. Baktrian Peltasts are basically an upgrade of the light Peltast, also available to the Baktrian faction. That's why I'm also going to compare the Baktrian Peltasts with those light Peltasts. As you can see, the first difference is in the price. However, this difference is only 20 talents, which is basically nothing, almost the exact same price. The stats are quite similar as well. Both units fulfill the role of a hybrid missile melee unit well. All the stats are pretty much the same, except one. The major difference is in the armor department. Baktrian Peltasts have 65 armor, which is 25 more than light Peltasts. This is a huge increase for such a small price increase. This great armor rating is protecting them both from missile fire and in melee engagements, and it's going to keep the Baktrian Peltasts longer on the field. And as said, only for an extra cost of 20 talent, and that's nothing at all. So there's another advantage though. Normal light Peltasts only have access to one ability, and that is the quick reload ability. This ability improves the reload rate for a short period of time, with a fatigue penalty being the cost. Baktrian Peltasts have both this ability but also the precision shot one. This ability increases missile damage for a short period of time. This is the only missile unit in the entire game having access to both these abilities. They do not win battles for you, but they can help in certain types of engagements. The best thing to do with these kind of abilities is to use them when you expect to be idle for a while, otherwise the fatigue penalties might not be worth the cost, but of course it's always handy to have those two abilities going for you. All but all, the Baktrian Peltasts has two major advantages over other Peltasts. It has 25 more armor and it has access to the two missile abilities. And both these advantages come only at an extra cost of 20 talents. Looking at these facts, I would say that it is unwise to bring light Peltasts to the field with Bactria. Baktrian Peltasts are worth the price increase, and it's just a waste if you bring the light Peltasts because these guys are so much better. The best way to use these Peltasts in general, in my opinion, is kind of the same way they were used in real life. I like them in two ways. Or you could use them as good flanking / cavalry support units, or you can use them as your main skirmish line. Peltasts are excellent to harass expensive and heavily armored enemy units because of their high anti-piercing damage. Try to use them on these targets as much as possible, but melee combat is the only solution. Try to get them in the flanks and don't get them engaged with expensive infantry, as they will just get beaten down instantly. They require some skill to use, they're a lot harder than good long range skirmishers like Cretan archers, but they can be very effective if used by an experienced commander. So I advise every one of you to try them out, give them a try, play a bit with them, because I think they're really good. So thanks for watching this episode of Underrated Units. If you want to watch more of these videos, be sure to click the annotation on the screen. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and tell me what you think of the unit and this series in general. As said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.